Sorry, Pops. Sorry.
And we're live.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Advice from Abby for today.
Daily advice from via Abby.
So you say we're live? My phone says we're live. Hey, cool.
I mean, the red button up here says end podcast, so I guess that means we're live.
Okay. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Bear Cave. We're actually set up in the Bear Cave. You can see I've done a little bit of straightening up, a little bit of work. I think it looks a little bit nice.
It looks good, Bob.
Y'all tell me in the comments whether you like it or not. Got the cabinets over here. So instead of a makeshift work table, moved down, got some iron hanging. Got a Jason mask hanging behind the camera, so that way I'm looking right at the hockey mask and, as if that's the person I'm looking at and talking to.
So Tom said you're early
Just a little bit.
because I went at 8:59.
Yep, just a little bit. I've
Pickles.
been up for a while working out here and getting stuff ready. And
Pickles says good morning with 2 exclamation points.
morning.
The
morning.
dude's kitchen and grill said good morning.
What's up, Mike?
Well, we were actually ready and set up and waiting on 9 o'clock for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
usually rushing, trying to hurry up and get stuff ready, but we were actually waiting for 9 o'clock.
give it that extra hour, with the
Oh, daylight
time
savings.
turning back. Yeah, that helped me out a lot.
That
Like,
messed me up. I ain't even gonna lie.
that helped me out with getting stuff prepared and
Johnny Max.
working. What up, J Mag?
Ew, that's so bad.
Good morning. Good morning. So this morning, Mama requested a soup. She requested this Zuppa Toscana. I don't know. I can't pronounce it.
Tuscany?
No, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Did you see that?
Yes, they can see. Bro, bring it up a little bit. Closer. Down a little bit. Right there. Send it.
This is what we're making. Sausage spinach soup is what I'm calling it. Zappa canoe or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to triple the batch and then I'm going to twist it because I don't want to plagiarize the recipe and you got to have little Steve's in there.
That's not plagiarism. That's why they put it in a cookbook so you can make it.
But you can't call it your own recipe.
You can't
You never
So-
said it was your own.
I'm-
You said you were making this.
Yep.
It's the same seasoning that uses.
So I'm going to start with pound the bacon. I got old Black Betty fired up.
Black and
Uh,
That's the Italian garden soup.
Yes.
That's what Pickle said.
The Olive Garden.
It might be. I don't know. Zappa Baba Ganoush thingy. I don't know what.
The dude's kitchen and grill said starting off right.
Oh, yeah, bacon is the way to start everything.
Yep.
It's the way to
Not
start hot
canola.
chocolate if you want hot chocolate. I mean, bacon is it.
I don't know what that.
So, and we got coffee already brewing.
We already got coffee in us.
Yep. It is hot today. I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's already 85 degrees in here.
The fire is not going to help much either.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I had the windows open, ceiling fan running, and a box fan running, and it was still 78 degrees. It's 6 o'clock last night. We had to shut everything down and get the AC running, and storm come through. It didn't help, so now it's really thick and
Muggy.
muggy.
I don't know.
But let's see.
We should do that.
Shout out to my cousin Mandy. Started taking Claritin, and that helped a lot with the aches and pains in the joints and the knees. Yeah, I know. I should listen to her more often.
Can we just clip that real quick?
I know.
Johnny said it got high 70s up here yesterday. Where's he at again?
Johnny Mag is up around New England, New Hampshire.
Oh. I want to go to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I used to live in Connecticut. That's as close as I've ever been to New Hampshire.
I just think there's nothing there. That's why I want to be there.
Yeah, New England, New Hampshire, Connecticut, like that top area up in there. I forget, pardon me, Johnny Maggs. He's in the woods. They got a nice place in the woods where he's cutting his own firewood. Beautiful.
Oh, so like a lumberjack, basically.
Kind of.
Ah.
But he's got that new back line that is a beautiful piece of equipment. It takes real wood. So, yeah.
Tom said it was 77 here, but the wind was intense! Exclamation point. We had a high wind warning. It would have blown Charlie over.
Yeah,
Well, Charlie's short, so it definitely take him.
watching the Buckeyes game. I got home yesterday or during halftime, so I didn't watch the whole first half, so I didn't know what was going on. It was score 7-7, and I was like, "What in the world's going on?" I mean, we're playing Northwestern, and
Did you win?
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
but it was terrible. And my cousins in the group chat all were like, "Oh yeah, the wind is terrible," and da 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 da. And they were saying that the wind was so noisy that Stroud, the quarterback, when he would call the play or whatever or hike, the center couldn't hear him
Wow.
because the wind coming through his little ear holes in his helmet was so bad.
So Johnny said, I'm in the Lakes region, central New Hampshire. So then Pickle said, haha, hardly. I get crazy winds here. And Tom said Charlie's over 6 foot. That doesn't mean anything. He 6'3" for short is a pro basketball. It's short for pro basketball. Well, yeah.
Being that tall does mean something. That means you're a bigger sail for the wind to hit you and blow you over.
Exactly.
We have 3 pounds of ground pork that we're going to dump in. It called for Italian sausage, but $1 more or $2 more for Italian sausage versus ground pork. I'm going to add Uncle Steve's to it anyway, so we just saved a few bucks and went on. We'll get that added in.
Sent 1,000s in.
What's up, bud? Let's see. I didn't have any doc's appointments this week, which was awesome. Kind of throwing some stuff together. Johnny, while you're here, I don't know if there's I'm sure there is. Is there a way to extract the audio from like a video podcast and make it so you can upload to a podcast? And then second part of the question is, what would be a good podcasting free platform to start with?
Dad, Charlie needs to get a hold of himself. This is a PG-13 channel. Family-oriented, family-ran channel. He says, I'm skinny like a knife, cut right through the wind.
Right, no woman?
And then Tom's saying if Charlie stood sideways, he would vanish.
Well, so Charlie's about like your friend Windtime, who with steel toe boots on and full like chainmail night uniform would still weigh about 135 pounds.
Who, Charlie or Windtime?
Both.
Okay,
I'm just playing Charlie.
but Windtime is a firefighter, so he has all that equipment.
Yeah. Put that soaking wet. Okay, you go grab the onions.
I'm the sous chef today.
Yeah.
Whatever you tell me, I do.
So I went. It says to add 1 small onion, but because I'm tripling it, be 3 small onions, and because we're verifying it, we're gonna add
Woo, buddy.
this child-proof container.
Not the Adam's
These onions are
channel.
strong.
Yep.
Pickles called us.
The Adam's Family channel.
I've never been able to get the snaps right.
We know. Every time we would watch it, he'd try, and he just missed. Sounds like
These
Charlie
must be
needs some stuff.
child-proof containers.
Dad,
The
you need to
comment
get your
section is
friends.
getting a little wild over here, guys.
Sam1000 said, sounds like Charlie needs some stuff, a heavy-set woman who can cook for him.
I don't know.
Hi!
You having trouble?
Yeah.
Can 2 grown men not open this container?
Well, it's
They're
got a
struggling,
clip
bro.
on the front.
Oh!
I got it open.
Tell us how you really feel, Rusty.
It had a little clip on the front, and you had to tear off.
Rusty,
didn't know
did
that.
you see the,
Of course I saw it. You think I'm blind or something?
Yes. Legally.
Oh. Not just legally.
Well, this is looking good already.
It's smelling good already.
You know, I forgot the garlic. That's what I forgot.
Do you have it? Is it in the fridge?
It's in the fridge, yeah.
I gotta get it.
Watch the cords. I mean, I got a little bit of time.
I've got
for it.
this pop. I've been maintaining the show this whole time. What you talking about?
I'm gonna add a little bit of South Texas red.
It's smelling real good up in here, like a lot of onions.
Yeah. You wanted some southwestern flair.
I'll tell you, onions sauteed in bacon grease just as good as the bacon itself. I love sauteed onions.
So how was your week, Rusty?
Well, it was all right. As I told everyone a couple weeks ago, that my company, decided that it was time to lay me off and move all of my responsibilities to another part of the country in Kentucky. And anyway, I started doing some job searching. The day that they told me that I was going to be laid off, that Friday morning, when I got home that Friday afternoon, I started looking, and I found another position inside my company that was stationed only in Rock Hill, so no driving around for 1,300 miles a week like I was doing. And it is a Dell warranty service technician. So the people that have a warranty with the Dell computers would call Dell, explain what was going on. They would troubleshoot over the phone, ship the part necessary. I would get the ticket, and I'm going to go on site and be replacing the parts and doing the warranty work. So I went ahead and I applied for that. Interviewed on Thursday. They told me that I was the 5th interview for that day, and they had 7 more to go, and that I would hear back from them, by Friday coming up this week. And so they said in 7 or 8 days. It ended up they called me back within 3 hours and offered me the position and sent me my offer letter. So it's great. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It's only $25 an hour, but that's a whole lot better than $0 an hour. And they wanted me to start on the 14th, but I told them that my current position doesn't end until the 18th, and my daughter's getting married on the 18th, so I won't even be here on the 17th or 18th. So my start date for the new position is going to be Monday the 21st, and I am no longer worried about being laid off.
Yay! Good news. Woo!
We like hearing good news.
But that was the most exciting thing that happened during the week. And then the competition that we went to yesterday, that was a really good, fun, exciting comp, and the biggest one that we've ever been a part of.
Tom says a little bit of South Texas red and proceeds to dump half the bottle in.
I was sitting there watching. I noticed that it was a little heavy on the shake there.
Reason why I'm doing the cooking and not. We're gonna get him to where he's using his hands so he can guesstimate his measurements.
I do that at home. I just don't want to put all of y'all's food in my hands.
Well, that's
Even though they're washed and clean.
So,
Well,
Abby,
they're
what
never
happened
hurt
in your
nobody.
week?
So yeah, so that was good news.
It's Abby's week.
Guys, I'm back. In case anybody was wondering.
So Miss Abby's back. She's kind of hanging with us for a little while.
And she didn't bring her awesome cooler with the monster logo that we could open up with lemonades and sugar-free drinks in it.
That's why she didn't bring it. She ain't got none of that.
Guys,
It would have made a good seat for us.
oh, sorry, guys. My bad. What happened?
Let's see, Cubby, how was your week?
What were you done?
Nathan?
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hi.
Me and Dad had my senior individual graduating plan.
Yeah, that was kind of
Waste of time.
yeah, we didn't, all they wanted to do was say, oh, well, she's got everything she needs to graduate, except for this one credit, which is scheduled for next semester. Otherwise, you got any questions?
Yeah.
Double
Yeah, because she asked me earlier.
check, so we double checked, and then we triple checked again before I left that she would have everything she needs to graduate.
Yeah, so the one we went to for it, I don't like her. I don't trust her. So I went to one of the girls that I trust and had her check it. And she's like, yeah, you only need this one more credit, and then you're good. So instead of graduating with, like, 20 credits, I'm graduating with 25, 26, something like that.
That's still good.
Right?
Yeah. So, and then it was, what college are you looking at? What field you looking at?
Which I don't know, so I just said I don't know.
And, you know, so Cubs just throwing stuff out there, and we're like, never talked about that, but okay. Or she talked to, or Mom mentioned it, and then it was, oh, well, we talked about this. It was the first time I'd heard it, and I was like, oh. But anyway. So
You
that
heard
was
about that before. You
that
just
was
weren't
about
paying
it.
attention.
probably.
So Someone 1000 said, Little Heavy is a whole crate full of spice. Hey, Rusty, get the meat mallet and save your knuckles.
And this is just spinach. My knuckles are fine breaking up spinach.
Yeah, because the original recipe called for fresh. In bear terms, that means frozen.
That was good.
Because it was fresh when it was frozen. Or blanched and then frozen.
And everybody pause and smile.
So,
I've actually never bought the bags of frozen spinach. I always buy the little boxes.
well, I actually already had the spinach in the freezer. I didn't know it.
Okay. I didn't know you were a Popeye fan.
I try to get some every now and again. I'm not a huge spinach fan.
Frat Daddy's in.
What's up, Frank Daddy J?
Freshly frozen, you mean, is what Someone 1000 said.
This was fresh at one time.
Yep,
And it's been in our freezer for a long time.
the one has.
The white one has.
Frozen spinach don't go bad.
No.
I don't think anything can go bad for freezer.
No, I get in a spurt where I want something like spinach. I'm like, oh, I'll throw that in like the mac and cheese or something, you know, or in a tuna casserole or something like that. And then I never make the dish.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, the only time I've got spinach at the house is whenever I'm making some type of a dip. Usually the Knorr spinach artichoke dip with the seasoning KNOR. You get the packet at Food Line, whatever. Just open it up, sprinkle it in, add the cream cheese and the sour cream, I believe, and then the frozen spinach. Really good dip.
this stuff looks to be pretty good. So we're gonna add some minced garlic because I didn't feel like. Actually, I forgot to chop up the slice or the fresh
Oh, God.
garlic.
That is fresh garlic.
No, like I have
Probably more. Look at the
That
Yeah,
has
chicken.
fresh garlic.
Pops,
Yeah.
I think we're good on the pops.
That's the same
That's a
garlic I
lot.
have at the house.
That's
I
a
don't
lot.
ever mess with
Oh my
worrying
God.
about chopping garlic cloves and.
Okay, Pops, I think we're
whatever.
really good on the garlic.
Bought a garlic
I think
press.
we are
I
really
used
good on
it the
the.
day it came in from Amazon. Haven't used it since. It just sits in the junk in the
So,
junk
Just a
drawer.
little bit garlic for seasoning.
Abby, whenever my ancestors say, whoa, that's when I have enough.
Oh, okay.
That's how I cook.
Whoa!
My ancestors,
From their grave?
yes. From the great
Just
beyond.
making sure.
From the great beyond, yes.
Just making sure.
No, with one of them pans from hanging up.
And Abby, do you know why he waited till last and so long to put in the garlic?
Because it burns, right?
It burns very fast.
Yep.
And the burning garlic can actually ruin the flavor for the whole entire dish. Very smart.
Too much garlic.
Yeah.
No, there's no too much.
It's smelling really good, guys.
I'm telling you.
And now watch one of these
So,
pans.
Texas bread.
You sure?
It's-
Whoa!
If one of these pans hits you in the head, is that the ancestors coming?
No.
Oh,
Trust me, I'll know.
So,
okay, you'll know.
so if one of these pans hits you, what does that mean?
Well, if one of you throw it at me, then the rest of one of
you
y'all
are
gonna
strong.
Yeah.
We do be strong like
But
that.
see, I'm seasoning. I had 3 pounds of just pork, ground pork. So you got to season that up and make it all good and yummy, yummy, yummy.
Plain pork doesn't have much flavor.
Right.
In fact, Daddy just bought a Dutch oven. A new one.
Sim 100, 1000 says my ancestors use a cast iron item to tell me when I added enough.
See?
Hi, Mandy.
Mandy. What's up, cuz? I gave you a shout out earlier. The Claritin has worked. Done a whole lot, especially when at night when I go to lay down. I don't have as much like screaming pain that I was having before.
That's good.
So
He said that he should listen
open
to
up
you
one of the
more
broths.
often.
That doesn't work. Heavy whipping cream, it just leaves so much milk solids. All right, double 3 of them in there.
I'm doing the other one.
Yeah, buddy. But I was talking with a fella yesterday who was telling me turmeric pills. He said that was something to help with inflammation. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Hey, where did he cute come from?
Nah, Mama.
And then we'll be ready for the spinach and the dump and go kind of thing.
You don't want to wait till that reaches the simmer?
Sim 1000 said, are you guys going to try for a heart attack bag for breakfast?
Heart attack breakfast?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are you guys going to try for a heart attack bag for breakfast? That's what it said.
Oh, a heart attack back for breakfast? I don't know. We haven't really got that far as thinking too far ahead.
Oh, a heart attack bake for breakfast.
Oh, with sausage and bacon and sausage and ham and eggs. Oh, I need more eggs. Okay.
We should make
So do
biscuits
we.
next week. Just biscuits.
We
Like a
can do
biscuit
that.
bar.
We can do that.
Okay.
Regular homemade biscuits?
Yeah,
Okay.
we should do that.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. We could do a regular, like, 2
Can we
ingredient.
dump those in there?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we can like do ham and sausage and
You want to
whatever.
be in this now?
I'm stirring it. It just smells good.
Our coffee coming.
Not ready yet.
Not really yet. It's pretty the heat up. We're about halfway through and we ain't even.
We got the first perk of the percolator.
I know. So let me get out of here then. Because
Honey J Badger said, "Good morning, cool kids."
Morning, James. Oh, since
Dad, please wash my drink on the floor.
Cub wants to be in there,
I'm stirring.
all of a sudden now she wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, because my leg started going to sleep for sitting down too long.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Oh,
you.
look at that. Doesn't that look good?
It's like a random.
See,
So-
that's why I seasoned as heavy as I did, because we're adding more in there.
So I got a hematite ring along with a couple other things yesterday.
You got a what?
A hematite?
What is hematite?
Do you want me to show off the
They have
connect
a-
Nolan got me?
Doctors-
Yes.
Okay.
Doctors probably have a shot for that.
This is
No, that's those.
that's the
those,
hemorrhoid.
No, that's the homesteaders
Nolan got me
that
this
are
very fancy
they're not quite the
crew neck yesterday.
Right.
Spin.
hold on.
Oh, ruined the other
Hold
angle.
on, guys.
There you go. Now you can show it off.
Hold on, Rusty.
So the hematite, those are those ones that are not quite Amish.
Dad,
What?
I don't think that's something that you can
Yeah, they're the ones
say.
that do a lot of the homesteading that aren't quite Amish.
That's
So they
that's-
use electricity and stuff where the Amish don't use electricity.
Right.
So, okay.
That's not what I meant. This
Isn't
is
that
a
what that is?
This is a hematite ring. Okay.
I don't know.
I have another one upstairs.
So hematite is actually the material, not the person or group of people that made the ring.
In a sense, yes.
Oh, those are
Basically-
Mennonites. Oh.
Basically,
Oh, no.
hematite rings.
that came from the ancestors.
Oh, no.
That was a little.
My ancestors are coming back now.
Yeah,
Right,
that
they're
was
like, Lee,
that was a voice from
no,
the
but
ancestors.
hematite rings, once they break, once they take in a lot of negative energy.
Oh, okay.
So I got 2 of them. And I said, Dad, I
It should be
have.
broken by the time you got home.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's if I put it on.
Maybe I need to get one because mine would break in a week at least.
Yours would break with one text. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine would have.
So
It would
I
have
asked
broken
him,
as soon as
Dad,
I put it
do you
on.
want one? He goes, it'll break within 5 6 weeks. Putting it on.
What's up, Tom?
I got the hematite ring. I got this one. And I got this one.
Hey, Tom. We
Yeah,
hadn't really
I know.
talked about this competition that we went to, but we went to a barbecue comp yesterday where we judged, and the fella next to me was talking. I kind of overheard him talk to the lady beside him on the other side of him, and I heard him talking about keto. So I said, "Do you watch a lot of YouTube?" And he said, "A little here and there." And I said, "Check out my man." So I wrote your channel down and on the back of my card and gave it to him. So, I giving you a little shout out there. What'd you do?
I'm just admiring her artwork.
Nails.
That's pretty
Oh.
cool.
I don't get into them nails. But yeah, so I threw it out there, because this
And
guy's
they're like,
he's
they're
not
barbed
doing-
wire, so they're like-
he's doing
Yeah,
keto to try to
thinking
just change the lifestyle.
Yeah, no, they're
And so I looked at it. Okay.
He's trying to do it just to change his lifestyle and keep it low
Because I
carb.
saw it and then I was stuck between
So I
legs,
gave him a channel to
and so I just
check
sent it to
out,
my
so
friends, like,
he can get some
pick
more
one that's
ideas.
right. And they picked one.
But,
and I was like,
Okay.
So Rusty, you want to talk about this barbecue competition we went to? We judged.
Yeah, it was a new type of event for us, kind of. I mean, it was just they had 2 categories. You had your backyard category, which is just a regular Joe Blow coming in to throw some meat on the grill and drink some beers, and then you had the pro category, which is people who take it seriously and were actually trying to do something. And so we had never been to an event where they had it, split categories like that. So that was kind of interesting. One good thing about this competition, it was in a place called Ridgeway, South Carolina. But this is the only one that I know of that's actually free to get in. Because when Lee and I get in these are $250 to $300 for us just for the entry fee to get into the competition. And then we've got the gas money involved, in the vehicle, towing everything.
The camera's here.
Oh, okay.
Talk to Jason.
I was talking to you.
Yeah, talk to
Talk
Jason.
to
The camera's up
Jason.
here.
So we had that. Then we have the money invested in all the seasonings and rubs and practice meets that we may do leading up to the competition. But this one was 100% free. The only requirement was when you got there, you had to cook 16 whole Boston butts. So if we were to do that, we would have to bring every cooker we have, or hook up my big pull behind to the truck and bring the pull behind, because that one can hold 50 butts.
Oh, dump that in.
And oh yeah, the The
Beef
bouillon, beef bouillon.
Beef bouillon. It's to add more beef flavor.
But we got there. We had 2 different judging sessions for the butts because we had to judge the categories separately, and then we had to do the backyard butts, then the professional butts, and then the ribs. The ribs category. I don't know if that was only pros
It was
or
only pro.
backyard could get into it too if they put in their money.
Nope, it was only pro.
Okay, but then we had the rib category, and this was my first time. I actually wasn't a sit down judge. There's a couple different positions for a judge at one of these events. You have a table captain, a judge. You have a table assistant. You have a runner. The runner is the person whenever they bring in their turn-in box and they get their ID number on their ticket. They turn it in. They're allowed to open up the box if they want to show the receiver, so they can say yes, this is fine, or no, you need to change this. This will get you disqualified, and they have the opportunity to go back and correct whatever. But after they receive the box, they hand it to a runner. The runner brings it in from that table to the actual person inside the event, to the main table. And then now, because of COVID, they've changed a little bit of the way it works. We used to hand out the box individually around to every judge, and they could open it up, look at it, and smell it to get the aroma, and just pass it to the next one. But because of COVID now, to keep everybody's face out of the box, they created a new position, which is what I actually did yesterday, and it's just called the table assistant. I would go up, open the box, show it to the table captain. The table captain would then decide if that was a good box or if there was a disqualification. Then I would close the box, go to the tables, and I would show it around to all the judges and open it so they could get their appearance score. And that's the only thing that they're allowed to judge now until we put the food on their plate, is only appearance. So I can't get it close enough for them to get aroma, just because of COVID, we're keeping it out of everybody's face. So I would show it around to all the judges to get the appearance score. Then I would take the tongs and I would put samples on everybody's plate so that they could go around. And then whenever they get the food on their actual card, that's when they go for the aroma. They pick the meat up, bring it to their own nose and smell it for the aroma, hold it and taste it for the texture. But that was actually my position yesterday. I wasn't sitting down at a table just judging the food. And one good thing I liked about that is after I took the food and passed it around, we have what's called a grazing table, where we take all of the boxes, and every table assistant, after they hand their food around, they would take and put their plate on the grazing table. And now, usually, the only food that we get to taste is what is presented right in front of us on the plate or the card. But because of my position yesterday, not being at the actual table, whenever everything got put on the grazing table, while everybody was eating and tasting and judging, all of the table assistants, we got to look at every single box that came from every single table. And so we got to see what everybody got to see. And we got to physically say, oh, no, that looks good. And we could actually taste it while everybody else was going around judging.
So we had 6 tables with 8 judges, 6 judges to the table.
6 judges, right.
To
then
the
we
table.
had a novice table.
So not every table got the same box. So the box came in, went to table 1, and then went to the grazing table. So table 2 got a different team's box to sample.
Yeah, everybody's box was from a different team.
Yep.
Sorry if I wasn't that clear.
That's all right.
But a lot of times, whenever you're talking, you take for granted that people know what you're talking about, especially as long as we've been doing this. So I apologize if I was misleading everyone.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool because I got to see a lot of times Lee and I are sitting at the same table, and whenever we're driving home, we're talking about what we saw, but we saw the same thing. Yesterday, I got to see the stuff that went to every single table. So I got to see every single team's turn-in box. And I got to look at it and see if some of it looked better than others. Some of them look more inviting than others. And so I could look at every single team and say, hey, I want to taste that one. And I got to taste out of every single box that I wanted to. And that was different than anything that I'd ever done before. And that was really, really good because you just had so many more teams. And again, we have no idea who the teams are. Whenever they turn in their box, they're given a ticket with a number on it. And we have no idea who it is. But I could just look at them and tell which ones I wanted to taste just by their appearance. And in the pulled pork category, we could tell beyond a shadow of a doubt who were the backyard cooks and who were the pro cooks. I mean, the boxes just looked 100 million% different than each other. But whenever it come down to the ribs, that was a whole lot easier for you to gauge, which one looks nicer. First of all, there was a lot fewer boxes. But the way that they were cut, the way that they were sauced, the way they were glazed, the way some of them would put them back onto the smoker for a little while to set the barbecue sauce. Some of them wouldn't. Some was a little bit tacky. Some was liquidy and runny. I mean, there were just so many things, and you could look at it and say, "Oh, that one looks good. I want to taste that one." And that was something I haven't been able to do yet, but it was a lot of fun to be able to say, "No, I want to try some of this one." And got a lot more flavor profiles than we normally do as a regular judge, and that was really interesting.
Yep.
And
I got to sit at a table and we did the backyard first. Backyard turn-in was first, and had some pretty good entries. Sometimes the best stuff you're going to have is backyard. Then we got into there were some pretty good entries. Then we got the pro turn-in, and you could definitely tell night and day between the pros and the backyard. And
not flavor-wise, but
no,
presentation-wise.
Presentation-wise, when you open the box, you're like, woohoo, or you're like, all right. Then there was some you could tell are seasoned pros, and by that I mean that they do a lot of pros, a lot of pro events. And then there's some that entered the pro category, but don't do as many comps as what they
people that think they belong in the pro category.
Yeah.
When they need a little bit more time in the backyard category to actually be ready for the pro category.
Yep.
Anyways, we voted for prom theme for my school.
Okay.
We voted for our prom theme and our homecoming theme.
Nice.
Our homecomings in
Homecomings I thought were over everywhere.
Nope. My school doesn't differ. Our homecoming is January 29th.
Wow, that's late.
Yep.
Because usually it's
Well, they're basketball. They're not
We
You
football.
don't have football teams.
We
Right.
only have
That's why.
boys, girls, basketball, soccer, softball,
Okay.
baseball, and volleyball for girls.
Okay. That
So yeah, you do eat with your eyes. And Charlie, with putting it on a Lazy Susan and spinning around, we have 2 8-foot tables that are set side by side, and then there's a 2.5, 3-foot gap between the 2 tables, so you couldn't even do a spin. So the guy walks down and he holds it out. Basically, you're looking at a to-go box, and he opens the lid. You get your first impression, and then you can't really do an aroma. So sometimes they'll fan the lid, but aroma is one of those that I find it hard to judge because by that time the box has been opened 3 times and it's not there.
Right.
But it was pretty cool. We got to sit down and talk with the vice president of the SCBA and the marshal of that area. So we got a little video of that. I'll be putting up, and most of the teams. Now, you would think with all this pork that was out there, that an hour after judging, we would be out there and we'd be able to get some. Shoot, man, this place was sold out everywhere. Yeah. I mean, we walked around and most of the teams were already packed up inside doing dishes. I mean, there was a few that were out. They were just kicking in chairs, but most of them were cleaning up and inside doing dishes.
And they opened up to the public at 10 a.m. We were still judging. We were out there in the event walking around at, probably 1 o'clock?
11:30. Well, probably about 12.
12 o'clock.
Little like 12.
In a span of 2 hours, they had then moved all of that meat.
Yep.
And you got to take into consideration each team had 16 butts. I mean, and whenever you're averaging 7 to 10 pounds per butt, I mean that's just a lot of meat.
Yep. Are you done now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted coffee, so
All right. Good.
Works
Worked
out.
out for the best.
that works out. Oh, that's still looking good. It's gonna take a little while to come up to a summer.
Maybe we're going to bump the heat up a little bit.
I need to. It'll take a minute, but
Yeah, but that's a lot healthier helping than what we made last weekend.
yeah, no kidding.
Last weekend's meal, it was extremely good.
Look at this looking cold.
That's for sure.
I'm gonna get something to cool it down so I can start drinking. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's some thick stuff.
Not Rusty and Cover comparing nails.
Yeah, that one happened. But yeah, so we got to talk with some people and all good stuff. We got to see a couple guys that we hadn't seen in quite a while. One guy had some health issues, and it's good to see him up and about. But it was pretty interesting, pretty cool.
It was. And it was less than an hour drive. I mean, it wasn't that far away at all. It might be one that we need to put on our calendars to make sure we hit up every year from now on.
Yep. So we didn't really get a whole lot of interviews. We got like I think 2.
Right.
For people.
Everybody was so busy, tearing down and getting their stuff all put up.
Yep.
And there was so many people there.
And then there was the event had a DJ up playing, so there was a lot of background noise that I don't think I could get it muffled out good enough. So we got the interview coming with Don, and that'll be a good one. So.
Oh, guess what?
What?
Yes.
Okay.
37.
No. So, exciting thing, but not exciting, but it is really exciting. And you guys have to match the energy about it. So, at school, I got my name in a thing, okay?
Bathroom stall?
No.
I was about to be like, dang.
That did happen earlier in the year, but that was just weird. No. So, there's a class called U.S. Debates and Government 102. It is a college class. It's ran by not high school teachers. It's ran by the college professors who come into the class, like the school. Okay?
Okay.
So it's like a big thing, right? A lot of AP and high honors get into this class. Well, one of the people in this class, love them to death, they put my name into it. So now I'm going into this class to do some extra credit work and some debating. So I'm on a debate team where I basically we get a topic and we get 10 minutes to come up with our argument, and then we go at it.
Cool. Now, this course, since it's taught by college professors, do you actually get credit for
No.
this course? Oh.
Because I wasn't enrolled in the class. I just got brought into it.
Okay.
So I'm not enrolled in the class. I'm not a class member. But for some some of the topics that they want to discuss, the other people on my debate team are like, we gotta get on this one. We got this. So I'm going in Monday, and I'm
Awesome.
very excited.
Cool. What else did we say about the event yesterday? It was different. You doing the table running.
It was. It was fun getting out of there since the roads are all blocked up and you were driving around road barricades.
Yeah. Yeah, so the town blocks off the main drag, and then that's where the team's set up and everything.
Okay.
And they had roadblocks set up, and there just happened to be just enough space to fit his truck through the barricade and the chain link fence.
Harley can help you with your debate skills. If your opponent says something you disagree with, all you need to say is zip it, pinhead. That would get my whole team eliminated. So, because my team, I'm the only girl on my team.
That sounds sexist to me. I would complain.
I don't really care.
See, here's the thing. Like a lot of like the debate clubs with girls. Now I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for saying this.
Oh, Dad's gonna get in a lot of trouble for saying this.
I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for saying this, and I know my aunt girl's going to text me and be like, "Buddy, women don't want to hear the other side. They have theirs, and that's."
I concur.
Not the only
Yeah. So I said it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
No, but like the thing is,
I think you're right.
When
though.
she goes in and says, "This is it," that's it. That's it.
no,
There's
because
no-
listen.
There's no debate. She has spoken. That is her opinion,
Listen.
and nobody else's matter.
No, okay, so there's two professors. There's a guy professor and a girl professor. Okay? And there's one girl on each debate team. Okay? So if the girls go at it, like we got put up against each other and we get to go at it, the girl professor gets to say, okay, now you're just saying the same thing over again. And then they have to like basically say that they give up. So if it's like
So this could last for hours
100%.
because they're not going to give up. They're just going to change the way they say it.
No, we had a time limit for that whenever I was in school. Because
So let me rephrase. Young girls, young teenage girls know it all. How's that? Is that better?
We better than the
Does that
FBI.
at least give me a step out
We're
of it?
better than the FBI.
50-year-old wives think they know it all sometimes.
Okay, I didn't
I
know
can
that
say that because she's a word.
I didn't say that one, Anchor.
What?
About Teresa, thinks that she knows everything.
Plead the fifth.
Yeah,
Plead the fifth.
yeah.
But I'm very excited because there's some like I watched one that they did, and it was between these two guys who were best friends. They weren't after this. They did not mess with after this.
But I will say, I do trust Mandy because she's way more educated than I am. She is a smart lady.
They were debating about can women do the same things men can do.
Yeah.
And his best friend was like, absolutely not. And they all gave their reasons on why they said it, and they had a whole 3.5 hour debate about it. And they picked it up Tuesday morning. This debate lasted a week.
Well, I can say
What can you say, Dad?
physically, yes, they can. Like tasks. I've seen them pee standing up. So
Girls, peace out.
that is not an option. That's not an argument. There's women electricians, diesel mechanics. They're regular mechanics.
Carpenters. I mean, women can handle. I'm not going to say every. Man, I don't know if I should say that or not.
Not every woman's cut out for every job. Just like a guy.
We had a huge debate about this when I was in the Army, about how women, they were allowed in the Army. Nothing wrong with that. I'm all for any woman who wants to devote her time and her life to her country. But to sit there in my platoon, and granted, we were all segregated. There were female platoons and male platoons, but to sit there and say that a woman, man, again, that's dangerous stepping.
Yeah.
But to say a woman is just as good as a man in this particular field, intelligence-wise, yes, they could be very smart. But like you said, physically, there's no way. I can't say that any woman, but most women, especially when I was in the Army, can physically do the same stuff as a man. And our biggest argument was, if a woman can do everything just like a man and just as good as a man, why do they have a different set of standards? Whenever I had to run my 2 miles, I had to run 2 miles in 13 minutes. The girl's got 17 minutes. Why? If she can run just as good as a man can, why is her physical limitations different? Push-ups. When I had to do push-ups, I had to do 74 push-ups.
And
She had to do 49.
But that comes back to muscle structure and actual physical.
Exactly. And we knew that why it was, but at the same token, you couldn't say that she could do it just like a man, because I just did 72 push-ups, and the time it took her to do 49, she got qualified at the same time I got qualified. If I would have done 49, I would have flunked my PT test. And yet I did the same exact thing as her, and she passed it. So, there was a lot of talk back and forth about that. And again, I am not sexist by any means, but again, that was a debate. And I mean, I'd be just as happy having a woman in my foxhole with me protecting my back as I would a man. But certain things, again, that's dangerous. But certain things a woman cannot do as good as a man. And that's just my opinion.
And that's the person, not the gender.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with the gender at all.
Yeah. It's the person. Because there's some guys that I know that have been around that can't do things that my girls can.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
There was guys in my platoon that would struggle their butt off to get 49 push-ups in. And where the woman could knock out 49 push-ups and not break a sweat.
We were talking to a fellow at the lake the one day, and he was talking about the guys in the Navy who didn't know how to swim.
Couldn't swim.
But my girls know how to swim. So, does that make them better?
Okay,
No.
so then let me ask you
More
this.
equipped? No.
Do you think if a lot of it will depend on how someone was raised?
A lot of that would go into something, especially you have somebody who was raised, let's say you have a father that's owns his own construction business and has only daughters, and the daughters grow up helping their dad, learning the trade. Then me, if I were to try and build something, that's why I ask your dad everything. I mean, I could build a wet box and it would fall apart. I just don't have that skill. And what was the last thing I got one of those projectors, and I needed a frame, simple square or rectangle frame to hang up my screen in. And I came here and I said, all right, what are my dimensions? How do I figure this out? What are my little fixtures I need? How do I do it? And he sat down and wrote everything on a piece of paper for me. Because I know if I would have done it, I would have eventually got it, but it would have taken me 4 or 5 trips to Lowe's, where whenever he did it, I could get it all at one shot.
Do you think that men keep more secrets than women?
Keep more secrets? No, I really don't.
You don't think women keep more secrets than men, or men don't keep?
I think women keep more secrets than men.
Oh, we can go there.
Yeah, I
How
don't
you
know.
feel about that,
I think it depends, because I'm guilty as hell as not paying attention.
We know.
So
We know.
it may be a secret, and it may be just like, or it was something I want to tell her, and then because of the conversation prior to what I was going to tell her, or the attitude that when I go up to talk to her, and the attitude that I'm getting is negative, like I'm getting that feeling from, then I'm like, I won't say it, then I forget to tell her. So it's not really keeping a secret, but it's like, oh, I'll just wait and say that later.
Well, I think, not telling someone is the same as keeping a secret. That's my opinion, because the person still doesn't know something that you know. Now, if you've had multiple opportunities to convey that to the other person, then yes, I think it's keeping a secret. But if I just, like your case for you and I go out to a flea market and you pick up some cast iron, and it's like, Rusty, this is your cast iron, but you're going to leave it at my house. And then you come home and you say, yeah, I got this is Rusty's. I'm going to clean it up for him or whatever.
So that particular case, I did not keep it from her. I told her, she said, oh, we got some new cast iron. And I was like, yeah, it's Rusty. Not Rusty's.
Right.
I said, it's Rusty. She put it all together as that it was yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it in the garage, and then that was it. And I think it was Peg was the one that called me out on it, and then went and ratted me out to Mom really fast. Like, I never seen this kid run as fast as what she did. I mean, we're talking like the Flash, beeline, to throw me under the bus.
And why is that, Dad?
So then Mom comes down, oh, so that's not his, is it? I was like, I never said it was. Well, anyway, I wasn't keeping anything.
Okay, so I have this question, and I got asked this question by somebody that you both know. I think you know. When Chime asked me this question, and I said, I don't know, I'm going to ask Dad. Okay? The question that he asked, let me pull it up. The question that he asked was, would girls break girl code before the guys?
I think it depends on what code you're talking about.
So then I asked him, I was like, what do you mean? He goes, if guy was dating girl, but guy knew something about what was going on, would the guy rat out the girl, like his boys, to keep his girlfriend?
I think there's certain things that a guy would break the quote-unquote guy code over. If there was like a real simple straight-up guy code is like if Lee and Tanya were to be divorced and me and Teresa be divorced, would I pursue Tanya? Just because of how close we are and stuff, no, that would never enter my mind.
Yes, that kind of thing.
Right. Now, something like that, I think that a woman would break that code before a man would.
Do you think that men could get away with killing, like, easier than men?
It
women?
comes back to the whole subject we talked about earlier. It depends on the individual.
No. I feel like...
Mom
Do you think...
Mom and I sat down and watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith last night.
Oh, I love that shit.
I hadn't seen it in probably since it came out, and I had forgotten everything that happened after they blew up their house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, I don't remember this. That was pretty cool, though.
But in my case, Teresa watches true crime stuff all day long.
Okay, but do you... Okay,
she could get away with it before I would.
Do you think your two kids could get away with murder? Who do you think could get away with it better?
That's different than my two kids.
I know, I'm
do I
asking
think they could get away with it?
Do you think they could do it and get away with it?
It's individual based.
Yeah, I do. I think they would for a period of time. Tommy more than Tamara, because Tamara has got the biggest heart and the biggest conscience, and it would eat her alive.
So you think Tamara wouldn't be able to do it, like, long?
No, I think Tamara would end up telling on herself and turning herself in. Tommy, I don't think he would.
So, Dad, what about you? You have 4 kids. Counting this one. So, do you think your kids could get away with murder?
No.
What you talking about? I think I can get away with it.
I think Sydney could.
Oh yeah, Sydney
100%.
definitely
No,
could.
she talks like it, but when it comes down to it, the conscience, is what I was trying to say, her conscience would get the best of her. And
That's what it is with Tamara.
it wouldn't be that she would fess up to it and go to jail, but it would eat her up enough to where she would wreck everything
Right.
going forward. She would wreck herself going forward.
Do you think Peyton could if she wanted to?
Peyton
She
would
can't
not
even
be-
kill a fly.
She'd start crying. She'd be on like she would not be telling you what's wrong, and she'd just be
But
crying.
check this out. I got drawers.
Actually, Dad,
I
check
even got-
this out. You
I got
ready?
drawers with utensils, so I don't have to run inside them.
Tom said men don't like secrets. It's too much stress. Women love secrets. They thrive on stress. But then Mandy commented, said, good thing Kyla. Oh,
Sorry guys, my bad.
she said, good thing Kyla is listening to your conversation today. She would have your ass eat and chew you up and down. Pickle said, lots of guys are sleazy. Tom said, Rusty
Lots of
couldn't go
girls
for
are
Tanya,
You know,
but he
I,
could go for Leah and Tanya. It can happen.
I think the whole can women do? Yes, they can. And it depends on the person, not the gender. There's things that you are good at that you are not.
Mm-hmm.
There's things I'm good at that you suck at,
Yes.
and vice versa.
So I don't. Let's go ahead and get this rolling here. Load up the old. I know I'm going to catch up for that conversation. That's how.
You're very welcome.
And no one, as far as y'all girls getting away with killing somebody, I don't think you could because you can't keep your mouth shut.
No.
OMG.
Point.
I think Maggie could.
Oh yeah.
100% Maggie could.
This.
And said you're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we try to change the subject every once in a while.
It's
Tom
gonna-
said only Lee would have a Death Star soup cup. Technically, that's my cup.
Hell yeah. Now, top it off with some Parmesan cheese. And of course, you gotta have parsley. There you go. Now we need to
It
get
always
pictures.
comes down to the I'm not sexist, but
No, I mean, I've raised my girls to be as independent as possible. So, that's what. And I mean,
pretty good job.
one's a probation officer, so
Yep.
And we do a pretty
that
good
should
job.
tell you something. All right, cut me off this one. I'm going to cut this off here.
Okay, just take it out.
So I can get a picture.
You're not even in the stream.
Huh?
You're not even in the stream.
Yeah, I just cut it out. So anyway, I'm back in.
No.
Let's cut that out. All right. Let's go.
Do you remember him?
No.
It should be. Country's best friend. Yeah.
Get a few pictures here. It's hard to get a picture of soup. All right, so let's just do that. So who's first over there?
Me.
I'm not hungry.
Good. You can have that one. Rusty voice. It looks good.
Smells
It
good.
smells really good.
You can tell me if I over-seasoned or under-seasoned.
Okay.
She will.
I wasn't saying that. The garlic just looked like a lot.
Garlic looked like a lot. What
No.
else
That was somebody else who had a comment about others.
the
Uncle Steve's.
Uncle Steve's was too much. A little bit of
So that Uncle Steve's is good.
parsley. There we go. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
Mm. Oh my goodness.
I was going to use it for the camera, but it's not over. So I'm going to use
This is really good.
Were you about to say incredible?
Yeah, I was.
Heck yeah.
This might be my favorite thing we've ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
That bacon just really, the bacon and onions, that flavor is just so powerful. It's so good.
Oh my goodness.
Is it good? Everybody got quiet all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
this is very good.
Oh my goodness.
Is it two seasons?
No.
As my brother Craig told me to tell Rusty, trust Lee's judgment. What do y'all think of that? Let me get a close up. All right. Let's get it for a close up. Abby, get up, phone. Anybody reading? What do y'all think of that?
I'm not on the phone.
What are you reading? Is there any comments?
Okay.
You got quiet, like really fast.
Sorry, my bad. To avoid sounding sexist, I just say from what the internet is saying. And then people said looks good. And then another person said it does look good.
Nice. And it's keto. Tom. It's keto. It's hot. Temperature hot. Made enough for the week, so that's cool. So,
You get that little tiny tickle in the back of your throat from the spice.
yep. Was it too much spice?
No.
She's trying to hide and not smile. She's giving me those lovey-dovey eyes. So, all right, well, we're going to devour this. So, so let's get out of here. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did.
Tastes good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, that's all we got this week. Everybody have a great week. And remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. You gotta go in.
Okay. I hit end broadcast.
Yep. You get it?